Down. What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Elks Call, your home for Edmonton Elks fan talk. My name is Scout, aka the rep from Section X.
And I'm Catherine, aka Do You Even Elks.
Coming to you live on Shotgun Sports Network with the replay airing exclusively on Edmonton Sports Talk. Kathy, we missed you last week.
It was weird. Not gonna lie. But I mean, a little bit of a break was nice as well. You guys had it.
We had fun, but I will say I enjoy co-hosting with you, but I also enjoy co-hosting with Jason. And I mean,
yeah, who was better? Just kidding.
We aren't going to answer that one. No, I'm just kidding. You're always great as co-host, but it's tough to say it better in this one.
I will put you in this spot.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We can't thank you enough for riding with us, everybody. Hit the like, subscribe, and favorite buttons to show some love. Your support means everything to us here at Shotgun Sports Network. All right, we got a stacked show. We got a lot to talk about. Show schedule is as follows. We will open up with The More You Didn't Know, where we talk to our guest about a variety of topics. After that, we're going to give you some Shotgun Sports updates, followed by Kathy's Herd Report. Not the Stamps Herd Report or whatever we had going on last week. But that's going to be our recent news and transactions, all of that good stuff. And then after that, we're going to give you our Edmonton Sports Update. Green or Gold is following that, our spin on Hot or Not. And then finally, we're going to open up the fan forum where we talk about hot topics surrounding the Edmonton Elks and the CFL sports world as a whole. We are interactive, so make sure you throw in your comments, questions, all that good stuff into the herd chat if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Okay, so we have the Argonauts game coming up, which means we have Clay from the Argos Fancast joining us here in just a moment. Let's get this show rolling with The More You Didn't Know. This segment is brought to you by Royal Retros. Save 10% off your order by using code Shotgun Sports, all caps, no spaces. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome back to the show 1/3 of the Argos Fancast. It is Clay Chisholm.
Hi, Clay.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Oh man, super thrilled to see you once again. Man, we haven't seen you for a hot minute. I know we're going to talk about what you have been up to, but we're thrilled to have you back. Let's get this going. So we're super appreciative of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, make sure you throw your questions and comments into the herd chat, and we will get them onto the show. But man, what have you been up to over the last while?
Well, we put out a couple shows. We've had a few tailgates. Ate some good food. Drank some good beers. Yeah, just watch some good football.
That's the life. Are you an NFL fan?
Oh yeah. Pretty much. If you put football in front of me, I'm going to consume it.
There you go.
There was a time where we had the CBS Sports Network used to air the Max Preps Game of the Week, U.S. high school football, and I was watching that too.
Nice.
I had my the Maction Tuesdays, I think it was the MAC conference in the NCAA. So, if it's football, I'm probably going to enjoy it.
I love it. And I mean, talking about football, to bring it back to our dear CFL, the Toronto Argonauts, they have been rolling along. They started the season a little shaky, but they seem to be turning it around. So what are your thoughts on the Argonauts season this far?
The offense is almost unstoppable at this point. We're starting to get healthy as far as our O-line goes, which is a big plus. And Nick Arbuckle's playing out of his mind. This is the Nick Arbuckle that we traded for like right before or right after COVID, somewhere along those lines, and then we didn't get that one. We got some other one, and we let him go.
You got the Nick Arbuckle that we
the ones that the Nick.
Well, yeah, you took him from us,
Yeah.
And I think he had to stop at Edmonton, but now he was shaky at the beginning. He was making some ill-timed turnovers when they mattered the most. But now he's cleaned that up, and he's firing in all cylinders. He's got a very good rapport with Jay Kerslow, and he's starting to pick it. He's starting to find the go-to guy, the guy you want whenever you need 10 yards, need 15 yards, need something. And Dejan Brissett has stepped up into that role, previously held by Devaris Daniels. But with those guys on the shelf, Devaris Daniels and now Devontae Coxey, we plug and play. Hey, Mackay Polk is back, the rookie of the year. Like it's the offense is clicking like it's no tomorrow, and the defense is slowly coming out of that. We called them really horrible at the beginning. Then they moved up to bad, and now they're just defense. They're not good yet, but they're starting to climb those rungs there. So we're starting to pick it up when we really need to, and unfortunately, I think we need to run the table to really do anything to make sure we make the playoffs.
Not a bad defense, not a good defense. I think I like that. Just defense. That's they're a defense. They're a defense. I mean, they're not bad, they're not good, but they exist and they're doing their job moderately well. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, I do kind of want to bring this one up now while we're on the subject. Nick Arbuckle playing rather well, but then you have Chad Kelly back on the turf, back to practicing, and technically maybe sneaking into QB2 here again, and then potentially QB1. So what do you think the odds are on Chad Kelly taking back that starting quarterback role?
Well, it is his role, and there's the old rule: you don't lose your job because of an injury. Yes, they put him on the active roster. Yes, he's got the official comeback, like you put out in his video, but he's not there yet. He's still got some mobility issues, so he is not ready. And I know Dinwiddie has already said that Nick Arbuckle's a starting quarterback this week. So if we do see Kelly, it'll be as a third quarterback. I don't think he's going to be suiting up in the game, but every time I say that, something changes. So
we never know until it happens.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But besides that, I mean, obviously with Nick Arbuckle, you have a really good player right there. But who would be your top three difference makers on the Argonauts right now?
Spencer Brown. Be the number one guy that's changed things as far as the offense goes. They thought that Deontay McMahon was going to be the guy. We never believed that on our show. And then you've got the Chalk Williams from Ohio State, and he looked to maybe be the guy, but he wasn't getting enough touches to really see anything. And then Spencer Brown, they traded for his rights, brought him in right away, and he has looked like what we needed. As far as other guys, I mean, you have to put Herslow on there. The guy went from not being able to crack the starting lineup or even crack the game day roster to you can't take him out of the game. He's got something like 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games.
Wow.
And like 400 yards. You can't not take it. He's
got to keep him.
Guy. He's got that guy. I want to go somebody on the defense, and that guy's going to be Derek Sluka, our safety, who had a cup of coffee in the NFL as a receiver, but traditionally a safety. The dude hits people like they stole something from his mom.
My favorite kind.
He runs through people like pinball just gave him the speech of a lifetime, and he put 7 brick walls in front of him. He's going through all of them, and then unfortunately there has happened to be other players in his way.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
And those are always great to see. I'm a big fan of good tackles.
Yes.
As we have seen over
tackles.
Good tackles.
Hard hitting safeties are just beautiful. I'm like they're a thing of beauty as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
Yeah, and I mean that's why we love Nick Anderson as well. So, we share that same love for the heavy hits. Now, as we know, Elks versus Argonauts, big game this weekend coming up. Got to know, as Mr. Argos Fancast over here, one of 3. Are you concerned about this game coming up?
Oh, I'm concerned about all the games coming up. Like I said, we basically need to run the table, and we more or less we need help. Yeah. But this game, every game is a must win at this point for us. We need to keep pace with half the league who's vying for our 3rd playoff spot. Because if we win, then we're at 5-8,
right? And
then we need Montreal to lose, BC to lose, and that puts like 5 teams at 5-8 vying for the 2 playoff spots in the East. So we need this win to keep pace, and we need help. This is. But I mean, you guys have been playing out of your mind as well too lately. Was you on a 4 or 5 game winning streak, something like that? And there's no way we can take you lightly at all, because I mean, you've got Mark Kill. He didn't look like the heir apparent that everybody thought he was at the beginning of the season, but it almost seems like players are starting to buy in. And when you get a special teams coach getting the whole team to buy in, you're a scary bunch. Mike O'Shea was the other guy that went from special teams coach to head coach. He had a little bit better of a team to work with than you guys did when you got your special teams coordinator. But it's. Those guys are guys. If you can motivate guys that are basically getting paid minimum wage to go out there and run down the field at 20 miles an hour and crack somebody's skull and hopefully you don't die yourself, those guys can really get people to buy in. And when they do, they are scary. They're very scary. The other one that I would point out would be Jeff Reinbold. A few generations ago when he was coaching in Winnipeg, but then everywhere he went as a special teams coordinator, he always had people buying in right away. So you guys are sneaky scary at this point. I would say scary based on where we are. For a Calgary fan or a Saskatchewan fan, you're sneaky scary. But you're scary for us right now because we're looking up at everything. So
I mean, biting away at a potential crossover spot, and I mean between you and Ottawa as well, Toronto and Ottawa. I mean it's really going to be week to week here in the CFL to figure out exactly where everybody's sitting, right?
I think we've gotten to that point, and as you mentioned, with Toronto and Edmonton, both those teams are being placed in a situation where they really, really have to fight for a spot.
Yeah.
So now it's when it starts getting good. Every single match.
The season has started.
The season has started. Every single match counts. So this is going to be a battle.
It's almost like the CFL marketing staff planned this or something. It starts at Labor Day, and every year it just seems that it just happens. Like everything gets more intense, and then I can't remember a season where you could really predict everything top to bottom.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think the only thing you can really predict is Saskatchewan should win the West.
Should.
But the way things have been going the last couple of weeks,
They could lose it too.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, maybe not lose all the way out, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, they could lose that first place position in that home bye. So
Yeah.
it's always exciting.
Yeah,
this
it's going to
time
be
of
an
year.
exciting one for sure. But let's switch it a little bit because we do have a couple of questions that are not necessarily just football, but we want to talk about controversies a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
The Argonauts and the NFL's Buffalo Bills just recently announced a partnership to help grow football in Toronto. So what are your thoughts on that?
I'm still and I said this on my show earlier today, I'm still kind of a wait and see at this point. The 30-minute press conference, they said a lot of words, but there wasn't a whole lot behind them. So I'm not freaking out at all. Like there are a lot of people on there freaking out, and there's no substance behind their freak out other than they hear NFL.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I've read, I went on Reddit, to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I read a whole bunch of threads on these things, and not one person could tell me why it was so, worrying and stuff like that. I can see, it's somewhat insulting for some of the hardcore Argo fans. You go and do something like this with an NFL team, but you're not going to push your own team, kind of thing. I get that, but at the same point, it's there are a lot, like they said, and they wanted to bring their best practices up here,
Right.
to help us. I know they are here to help themselves.
Right.
Well, okay. Last year, the NFL rolled out their international markets,
Right.
and so every team was given an area in a country or a whole country. Some got countries in Europe. We happen to fall into the Buffalo Bills area.
Naturally.
This is their first foray up here into doing some of this of international market stuff.
Mhm.
So I think it's a great decision on the Bills' part to go and say, hey, who is the strongest sports organization right now in Canada that just happens to be 75 miles
Yeah.
from our stadium? MLSC, let's go and hit them up. MLSC goes, hey, yeah, you guys got money to, we can do something,
Yeah.
right? Like this is pure business, So some of the other things that go around this, I think, are nice to haves, and I'm a wait and see. They're starting up a minor football league for youth. They had a camp with a couple teams there at BMO Field on Tuesday, and that's supposed to grow the game. Kids excited on the GO train afterwards. I had a friend who happened to be riding with them, and he said they were all rambunctious and excited, talking about both NFL and CFL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing here is that, Toronto is a very major market. I don't exactly know the right term for it, but there's a lot of people here who last week said football's back,
Right.
right when the NFL started. Now,
CFL fans take offense to
Like,
that,
come
right?
on.
Yeah.
now, the other thing with those fans is some of those men may not have been exposed to our game, whether it be by choice or just by happenstance. There, wasn't something that was in their household. But getting them on our side, or getting them to take a look at the Argos, hey, bring them out to a game. They may see something they like. You know, we're not a perfect league, but goddamn, these games are fun. And if you get some of these guys watching these games, they're going to go, goddamn, these games are fun. Hey, I just watched one of those games. I want to watch another one. Or, you know, I just saw the same thing happen to my Buffalo Bills, and they came back. I can watch that on Saturday night. Fuck yeah.
Well, and that's exactly it. Like, you know, the Buffalo Bills, they will also be assisting in this future of football game, football futures or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I forget the exact term, but that's going to be a theme night. I believe I saw like October 3rd or something in there. And the Argonauts will be collaborating with the Bills to, you know, give away these towels and certain promotional items and to sell some of this merch. We will be talking about this later on, so I don't want to dig in too much, but I do appreciate your thoughts on it. And like,
for sure, I think it's important to hear also from the people that are being directly affected.
110%. That's why I don't like the details. Let's get them out now. We're going to have our own thoughts on them, so we're not going to share ours. But I mean, this is you know, you take a look at Toronto. There's so many Buffalo Bills fans there. There's season ticket holders. Sorry, people travel out every game day from Toronto to Buffalo. So you know, it does indeed kind of assist with the attendance. Do you think there's going to be an uptick from this?
I hope. One of the things that they are doing that I don't think it was getting enough publicity was they are selling tickets in the East Concourse, so the side that the TV sees, that for $20, with the possibility of adding on a youth ticket for $5.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Like $25 doesn't even it used to get you into the game. $25 does not get you a ticket in Toronto anymore. It's, I think, $28.
Right.
But $25 and you can get 2 seats. You bring your kid.
No question.
But I don't think that it's just a matter of, okay, how am I going to get down there? Well, hey, the GO train runs right there. For anybody not familiar with Toronto, that's the big train that runs along the south end and a few other places there. Not the subway, but and for the weekends, $10 per ticket, all you can ride.
That's not bad.
So you know, you're in for $45.
Yeah.
You know, come on down. If you can't afford stadium food, come to the tailgate.
Yeah.
You know, tailgate feeds everybody. And you know, or head across the Liberty Village and grab go to a couple of the restaurants there and grab something. Come back. My favorite thing, go to 8 Mile Pizza, which is Detroit style deep dish pizza. Amazing. But that's for another show. But yeah, like, you know, there's it is probably the most affordable way to go to any sporting event right now in the GTA.
Right. And we're familiar because there's not that much parking around Commonwealth Stadium unless you have a tailgate pass.
Yes.
So, I mean, City of Edmonton has been preaching over here as well. Use public transportation, and you know, at least it's cheap, but Toronto's just so much bigger.
And I've been in Toronto, and I have seen the traffic in Toronto, and there's no way I would ever want to drive there. I'm sorry. There's just no way. I'll take the bus.
I drive down to the games every chance I can get, but I'm also going a little bit early to tailgate. So, and I learned how to drive in this. So this is it's not that big of a deal to me.
However, next year the FIFA World Cup will be coming. So
yes,
let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
That's huge. You're going to miss 3 tailgates, and it might be a little bit more congested in town. So I got to ask, FIFA is going to be using BMO Field. The Argonauts will be utilizing other stadiums as their home base. So how has the reception been on MLSE's plan for those away games? Or sorry,
they are away games. They're being sold as away games to fans in Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, and Hamilton. So they are away games. I want to think that they did a lot more than it sounds like they did to try and find other alternatives. I have a feeling it came down to money. And, you know, they are, I believe they're purposely not publicly telling us that they've sold the games like they have in the past for Touchdown Atlantic and stuff like that. Based because if they tell us they sold the games, then we know they didn't really try anything else. They looked at the highest possible revenue locations and said, okay, this is that's what I believe happened. Keith Pelly talked to 3 Down Nation and said a bunch of words, but didn't actually give you any information.
Seems to be a theme, Clay. Seems to be a theme.
Yeah. He said they looked at U Sports stadiums, Varsity, Queens, and Guelph, but they felt this was the best decision. Like, I think it was the best decision for your pocket.
Because it's presumably they're going to be picking up a bunch from the ticket sales, right? As bringing an extra game.
Well, I think it's a flat rate. You sell the game, right? You know, they'll pay, and then whatever they make it. Yeah, I'm trying to be very measured with my words because to be honest, it's, you know, I want to throw a flag right here because I'm going to say it's complete bullshit what they did.
Yeah,
we got to.
But you're also at the whim of the biggest, the most corrupt sports entity on the planet. Who, this is another thing that I think most people did not pick up and all that. FIFA requires that no events or teams be in the facility one full week before and one full week after the last event or the last game of the event. So, like, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Why? A whole week?
Well, because they want to do their preparations, all of this other stuff.
Soccer.
Right?
You need a ball.
It is FIFA. It is. All you need is a ball and a net, bud.
It's FIFA. We've heard rumors as to what it was for them to come and tour your facilities.
Right.
Like, you know, like we're talking, you know, in the, you know, $10-15 million for a 2-day trip.
Correct.
For these people.
Yeah.
And you know they have a rider for all these things that makes the most, you know, the biggest rocks. They make Gene Simmons look like he's not money hungry.
So, and because of that, you'd figure that they just want to get in and out.
Yeah.
You know, just all that.
Well, they're getting what they want. That way they can work on their own time schedule.
Right.
Yeah. Not many of us are happy with it. I don't think any fan of any team that got displaced like this would be happy about it. It's just, it hits us a little bit harder because this is now the second time in in 11 years that this is going to happen to us.
Right.
Well, and we went through the same thing back in 2015, right? For the same deal. That's why the Northern Kickoff the preseason game was up in Fort McMurray, and then the regular season game, the season opener, which was the home opener for the Argonauts, was up in Fort McMurray. So, I remember that. With this scenario, I will also say I think we kind of dodged a bullet here.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe it was a little bit of Commonwealth lost the bid.
Yeah, but I mean, it is FIFA and it is really cool. I mean, I'm happy for everybody in Toronto.
Yeah, it's going to make people a ton of money.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring a lot of eyes to the tournament. I just hope they have some kind of, buses have like Argos ads or something like that.
Got to make it up somewhere.
Knowing FIFA, they probably bar that. So
probably.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so this is going to be in BMO Field.
That's in BMO.
Yeah.
But aren't they expecting a lot more people for games than the capacity of the stadium?
Yeah, there's a Reno expansion, right?
Oh,
they're going to be adding 17,000 temporary seats in both end zones.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
The bright side to that for us is when this is over, we're now going to have a new set of luxury and VIP boxes and a rooftop patio on the north end zone that is supposed to connect both concourses.
Interesting.
Well,
so
at least if there's
we're getting something out of it, I guess.
All right, I would like to get to some herd chat comments because we have quite a few in here. Ginger Argo is also in the herd chat, so
he does say Clay. All right, let's see. Let's take a look. All right, we already went through some of these, John. He was on the roll. We already asked about the MLSE partnering with the Buffalo Bills, so we got that one.
Nice.
He also...
And we also got, what do you think of the Argonauts playing 3 away games?
Yeah, there you go. We talked about that.
Yeah, don't like it at all.
Yeah, we talked about FIFA as well.
Just knocking this off here. Charlie does say, hi, Catherine and Scout. Cheers, Wild Bull was awesome. And then I believe he also had a compliment for the guest. Yeah. Great guest,
folks. Yeah, I mean, some of the questions, John was on them. We answered them.
Ginger Argo also did say his opinion. The Bills and Argos deal will not destroy the CFL.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Despite what people think.
Yeah. So
also, if there are any fans of the tailgate, the Argos tailgate, Ginger will be doing his world famous armadillo eggs.
Yeah.
This Saturday.
What are those? Like that's
bacon wrap goodness.
Is it actually armadillo?
No, it is it's either a jalapeno or a sweet pepper with a cream cheese mixture, wrapped in spiced ground pork, wrapped in a bacon weave, and smoked to perfection and covered with barbecue sauce.
Oh, I've seen them so much on social media. It makes me want to make them at home, but I know that it's not going to have that Ginger Argo touch on it. So, gotta have it.
That's delicious. There is this question. Should we answer?
Yeah, let's. John, you got one on the show. What Toronto CFL stadium was better? Rosedale Field, Varsity Stadium, CNE Stadium, Rogers Center, or BMO?
Well, okay. Rosedale Field, I've only seen in pictures and black and white, so I don't know much about that. Old Varsity Stadium, I only had a little bit of experience with. The new Varsity Stadium is nice. It's a great for preseason game. It's just too small. CNE, you were playing on carpeted concrete. And half the stands, once the Blue Jays showed up, were away. I never saw a game there, but I've seen enough and talked to enough people that, there's a lot of memories there and a lot of personal stuff. But Skydome, I have a personal attachment to it because I got to play there as a kid a lot. Got to see a lot of games there. I got to go there when in the 1991 season with the Rocket, where they were selling out that place and it was insane.
Yeah.
But as far as places to watch a game, BMO Field by a mile. Amenities, there's some discussion there, but to watch a game, BMO Field by a mile.
Nice. And we've been fortunate enough to visit. When the defense is out there, the opposing team's offense is out there, the tin bashing noise, it gets so loud. You love it. And yeah, I mean, Rogers Center or the Sky Dome, right? Great place. But luckily for you, you've gotten to see a little bit more than we have. But I think we're pretty equal there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've just seen a couple more pictures than we have, but no, it's amazing. And I did see that John said that the Elks and the Green Bay Packers should do something together. I completely agree.
That's a little bit farther away than, say, Buffalo from Toronto. But you know
Just
what? We
bit.
do have the same uniforms, so
similar.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think the NFL assigned Manitoba to them. So,
Yes, because I think we are either Seahawks or Vikings.
Yeah,
it's like Vikings.
Yeah, they don't get to choose their areas.
Yeah.
There's some southern U.S. teams that got Germany. There was didn't make a lot of sense, but
they just put names in a hat.
Oh,
exactly. Here you go. Is what you get.
Yep.
Are you north? Yep. Oh, Ginger Argo does actually have a question for Clay. Who's going to win this weekend?
That's not a question. The Argos are going to win. I've said the Argos are going to win by 9.
By
9.
That's a consensus that we came with on our show. Although Will says they're going to win by several more scores, but he's always going to be a little bit more that way. But yeah, I think our offense is going to be a little bit more than your defense can handle. And I think we're going to win by 9. And we're going to be at home. And we got revenge on our minds from the last game we played against you.
Fair.
That is fair. See, now I'm scared.
Yeah, no, we disagree.
That was way too much confidence right there.
Yeah. Question. Whoa, Clay. Whoa, man. Take it easy. Call the ambulance, but not for us. Okay, we aren't going to keep you much longer. I do want to ask, though, Shotgun Sports Network, Argos Fancast, uniting and making some magic happen. How has that experience been over on your first year with a recorded show or with a show?
It's been a lot of fun. There's some hiccups along the way, some things we learned, and still learning some things about because we were venturing into a whole new medium too, because we were just audio. So and I hadn't done video stuff for several years since I did the stuff with the Argos Admirals with my son. So it'd been a while since I did any of this. So to relearn some stuff, but it's like riding a bike. You get doing it. It's going to learn some new things, some things I want to try, and we're going to try. They may or may not work. They may fail. But we'll try them, and whatever sticks, and whatever doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair. Just don't go live.
We love live, but
we have to. No, we do. It's just there comes a lot of issues with live shows versus recorded shows, of course. But
we're not there yet.
Just wait until you move studios and everything, then it gets real interesting.
Oh yeah.
Well, once we get all of our little pieces that I want to put in. I mean, we got to the point where we were doing the just the audio show. Everything was recorded in one shot. There was no editing. I was trimming the front and back end of it, and that was it.
Right.
But I had everything going in during the broadcast, and that's where I want to get before we can go live. But we'll get there at some point. But yeah, it's been fun. It's kind of reinvigorated me a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great. That's great.
Thrilled your show is on the network. You guys are fantastic over at Argos Fancast. It's the ultimate CFL fan talk, the beer around the bar sort of concept, right? So you guys do fantastic. Everybody go check them out at Argos Fancast. And of course, after you're done watching our show, or even first thing tomorrow morning, you can go check out the Argos Fancast. Clay, where can we find you online?
Well, you can find me at All Kinds of Clay. Pick a social media and just type in All Kinds of Clay, and that's probably me. If it's not me, I don't know, somebody stole it, because anytime there's a social media that comes out, I always go get my handle so I can have it just the same across everywhere.
It makes it easy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're too old for this stuff, Clay. You can't have like 5 different handles here.
I can't remember all of that.
I have enough trouble remembering my passwords for work and
no, too much.
So.
Feel you there, man. Clay, we're not going to take up any more of your time, man. We cannot thank you enough for joining us tonight. May the best team win on Saturday. It is a matinee, so it'll be interesting. And man, this was fantastic. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, thanks for having me. Go Argos.
What?
Go Elks.
I'm gonna kick you out now.
Later, man.
Bye.
Oh, and that was Clay Chisholm of the Argos Fancast.
I am glad you said his last name before I did, because that is not what I thought that said.
You are not good with last names and sometimes even first names in general.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, that happens. But yeah, no, Clay is an awesome guy. Once again, that's Argos Fancast. If you're a fan of this show, you're gonna love Argos Fancast. They are fantastic. Their concept
really
their concept is better than ours. Like
they're really fun.
Don't know what to say. They have a great show.
Mm-hmm.
But next up, we have some shout outs and some news. So first of all, big shout out to everybody for watching tonight or listening tomorrow or whenever you may. Always thrilled to have you guys with us riding with the Elks herd. Please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and favorite buttons, as that's how you show your love around here. Now, a big one here. Big one.
Oh my God. Hopefully they can hear it.
Oh, yeah. The Elks Call has been nominated for a 2025 SD. We did it.
Okay, so for those that don't know what an SD is, can you explain?
So the SDs are Edmonton Sports Talks awards. Their yearly annual awards show and gala and all of that. So we will be going down to the Metro, which is the Garneau. Already had the tickets. Didn't think that we were going to get nominated. So it's always an honor. Thank you very much, EST, for nominating the Elks Call for a 2025 SD multi-nominated show now. Really hope we get the win. So if anybody out there has powers to vote, vote the Elks Call. Our friends over at the Turf District are also nominated, as well as Guy Flaming with the Pipeline Show and MCTV, which is Mark Majo's comic show. So very, very tough competition here. Guy Flaming won it last year.
Yes.
You know, it's we're up against some contenders here. So it's just an honor to be nominated. Like we say,
we're just there to have fun.
Just there to have fun. I mean, it's a fantastic event. I'm sure we are going to see our guy, supersized Indiana Jones, who says, "Woo, congrats on the nom." Yeah, there are some fantastic moments that are up for nomination. I want to say supersized maybe in there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's going to be a fun show for sure.
Oh, fantastic. I would love to see a black tie version of it, supersized Indiana Jones. That would be crazy, right? Very excited.
Hint, hint.
Nudge,
Nudge,
nudge.
nudge.
Nudge, nudge.
Oh, no, it's wink, wink. Sorry. Ooh.
Whoa.
Hint, hint. Now he has to. Just.
We have pushed this one for sure.
Now he has.
And Clay Chisholm does say, forgot to say good luck in the IC. So, hey, thank you, Clay. Appreciate that, man. All right, next up.
All right.
Kathy's herd report, where we're going to
Let's
talk
do it.
recent news, transactions, and everything else. Today's herd report is brought to you by Rouge, White, and Blue podcast. Oz and Joe have you covered on the latest happenings in the CFL from across multiple borders. American stock and Canadian football. Rouge, White, and Blue only on Shotgun Sports. All right, tailgate. Tailgate was good.
Yeah.
Served over 60 portions of smoke sliders.
It was busy. It was a good one.
People were saying that was the busiest that they've ever seen.
Yeah, I think so. I think I would agree. This year, for sure. I think that was the busiest.
Busiest ever?
I don't know if ever, but it was really busy for sure.
Yeah, it was good.
It was fun.
Big shout out to everybody that swung by. Michelle Wallace, we have your stash, your sash, not stash, but yes, it is also a stash. We do have that bag. We will make sure we return it with any alcoholic beverages intact.
Big shout out to my tablet that died.
Shout out to the tablet that died. Yeah, I accidentally dropped a tablet and I'm now on the hook for a screen repair. So that was good. Yeah, there's memorable moments. Big shout out to the OEG crew that showed up, Maddie Rupp and the gang, Ian Todd, those guys, always great to see them. So yeah, I don't know. It was really good. The game was even better though.
It was really good. So let's talk about it. I think that was the game that we had been waiting for.
Yeah.
That was the Labor Day rematch that we were hoping for, but that's what we were waiting for.
That's the win that we've been waiting for as a whole, right? Like that's what everybody's been waiting for on the season. Yeah.
It was a win that it was for sure. Like, yes, I mean, there were moments you were like, oh, this could go either way, but they were confident. They were on it. You could see it.
Elks garbage. Like the Elks pushed the Stamps into garbage time in the Labor Day rematch.
They sure did.
Crazy.
But yeah, let's talk about it. Let's go quarter by quarter. First quarter. Well, it opened up with a strong start from Calgary after a kickoff return that set them up in a good field position. It was aided by a key defensive pass interference penalty from Edmonton, however. So that resulted in a field goal for Calgary. However, Edmonton responded with a steady drive of their own and a 45-yard field goal from Vincent Blanchard.
Huge. Needed that.
Really big one, yeah. Calgary struck back quickly, though, and they scored their first major of the game, but thankfully missed the comfort kick.
Yeah.
Which seemed to be a thing this game, so I'm not going to say no.
Thankfully. We'll take that.
But hey, even if the next drive had stalled midfield, Mr. Rouge, Jake Julian,
Mr. Rouge,
he gave us a single on a 77-yard punt.
Yeah.
I sure missed him.
That was nice. I mean, I don't know if he was particularly trying to get it through the end zone, but he did indeed anyways. And it's recorded now as a 77-yard punt.
Yep,
so it is
it happened, but hey, I'm going to take it. And you know, I think that's what we were expecting every game last year when Jake Julian was playing. Yeah. It's like, oh, he's going to get Rouge.
Yeah,
at some point.
Automatic Rouge.
Automatic. Hopefully first thing to open up the game. But and we'll talk about this a little bit more later as well, but I do think that Vernon Adams Jr. had a few more sacks this game than Fajardo.
Yeah.
So that's a nice surprise as well. The first one, shortly after that single point by number 3, Jonathan Kongbo.
Yeah. So Kongbo was a pretty big impact on this game.
Certainly feels good that Fajardo wasn't the only one on the receiving end of those sacks, for sure.
For once, right?
For once. Well, yeah, no, it's usually previous games, it was very lopsided,
right?
You know, when it comes to the sacks. Yeah. So it was nice.
Well, yeah, the Elks managed to flip the script on it. For once, the other team had more sacks. Well, I'm not even going to say for once, because obviously we started the season. Trey Ford was finding a way to get out of those scenarios. But then you see what was happening with Cody Fajardo. Yeah. The offensive line.
That was a rough stretch.
Yeah, it was a really bad stretch. What can this team do with the offensive line to?
Very true.
They brought in Carter O'Donnell, who had a slight impact on this game. But anyways,
let's talk about the second quarter, which started slowly. Both teams were trading punts, struggling to establish momentum. Edmonton's offense, they sputtered early as Cody Fajardo was sacked. I mean, we can't talk too much about that, but both defenses tightened up forcing quick 3-and-outs and punts deep in their own territory. The turning point, however, came midway through the quarter when Edmonton's Justin Rankin exploded for a 90-yard rushing touchdown. Massive play.
Like crazy. And that play there turned the game around.
Crazy. Like he wasn't done.
No.
He wasn't done.
No.
Like that was a big turning point.
And then
then he, just minutes later, he broke free again for a 31-yard major.
Like crazy. And the fact that he was able to get in the holes, the acceleration on it, be able to outrun Calgary when it didn't look like the Edmonton Elks had any sort of run game in Calgary.
No,
right?
And that's what was surprising. I mean, with the whole Rankin situation, it's very surprising because I feel like it's just depending on the day.
Yeah.
Because we have seen that sometimes it just doesn't pay to overutilize Rankin.
Right.
He will rush it and he will get nowhere.
Catches, like big on the
Sometimes,
catches
yeah,
too, right?
definitely. He was catching, of course.
But he was being used a lot to the point where obviously the team is covering Rankin very well at that point, right?
So, I mean, it brings the question of, was it luck or was it specific plays that they were going for?
Well,
right?
but
Maybe a little bit of fake, a little bit of fake.
Well, and
taking the opportunities.
Rankin and Javon Leake last year found those opportunities as well near the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So is it surprising to see these guys get back here? No.
Mm-hmm.
But Rankin is just on a different level.
Yeah.
He is right now, pound for pound, the best running back in the league.
Yes.
As of right now.
He's a beast.
Right?
He's a beast.
This could still change in a couple weeks. He has a couple bad weeks and, it maybe goes down the running back power rankings.
But what I hope is that now he's changing his play a little bit so as to look for those opportunities, right? So it's not so much leaving it up to luck, but actually finding those opportunities, capitalizing, and working with what he's got, working with the offensive line that he's got, working
chemistry.
with
chemistry. And I will say, like, I think, I didn't see exactly when Carter O'Donnell was in, but I mean, Philip Grovac, unfortunately, we're going to talk about it. He did get released. I like Philip Grovac as a person. He's a great guy. Hope he finds a good opportunity. But unfortunately, a change did need to be made there. And when you have injuries happen, you want to be able to rely upon your backups.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Carter O'Donnell is here to take a starting role. I don't have his stat line exactly right now, but I would like to see that. And I do think that he'll get better and I think the line will get better as time goes on.
Yeah. Yeah. But so hopefully this is just the start for Rankin. And there's definitely a lot more chemistry, like you say. And I think we needed that too, right? Unfortunately, we talked about that before, that it was going to take a little bit of time to get to that point. And I think now we're starting to see players get comfortable, trust the team, trust each other, and have a better, play.
Well, and I will also say too, it's also good for the offensive line to know where the quarterback is at all times, so that they can actually make a pocket and hold it, right?
Yes, that's always a good. But Edmonton's defense also held strong. They only allowed Calgary to respond with a field goal, and they led the Elks to carry both momentum and the scoreboard edge into the locker room.
Into halftime.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was good. Coming with the third quarter, though, surprisingly, it was better for Edmonton than Calgary.
Yeah.
As we know, with third quarters, those could really go either way, and we have seen more times than not that they don't necessarily go well.
No.
It did open up with both teams trading punts as defenses held firm once again, even after an illegal block penalty from Edmonton. So that's good. At least Edmonton held with their defense.
Held well.
And eventually, Edmonton broke through midway in the quarter when Vincent Blanchard nailed a 47-yard field goal, adding to their lead after another solid drive that featured another really big 23-yard rush from Justin Rankin. So,
second touchdown on the day for Justin Rankin.
Well, that was just a rush. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but touchdown, right? Second rushing touchdown because he had one earlier in the second, right? And then it's Keon Julian Grant in the fourth. So so I mean, 3 touchdowns. You got the burgers.
Timely completions by Fajardo too. We'll even ignore that other sack. So
Yeah.
but we won't ignore the following sack by number 4, Brandon Barlow, though.
Huge.
So we'll count that one. We'll count the Calgary sacks. We're not going to count Edmonton's. The Elks definitely managed to maintain possession late in the quarter through series of runs, but they couldn't turn the progress into points, unfortunately.
No.
Still, though, they managed to close the third quarter with an extra 3 points and holding Calgary to none, which was good.
A nice third quarter.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
A welcome third quarter at that.
Yes. Yeah, as long as there's positive, there's points on the board, and the other teams has 0, I'll take that.
On the
No
defense
problem.
standing tall too, and really coming out of the gate strong, holding Calgary. Vernon Adams Jr. I think he was also shaken up a little bit by those sacks.
No, well, the other ones came in the fourth quarter. The ones that you could really tell that he was feeling.
Yeah,
it and he was.
But I mean, at that
struggling.
point, when you get hammered that many times in the game, right? Well, yeah, sack number 4 is probably going to hurt a little bit more than sack number 1.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I was really concerned for Fajardo that one game that he had like what 8 or 9 sacks. Yeah. Fourth quarter though opened with Calgary punching in a short yardage touchdown by quarterback Quincy Vaughn, which followed yet another Vernon Adams Jr. sack by Dublanco this time.
Running back Quincy.
So,
quarterback.
That was a short yardage.
Sorry, short yardage.
Yeah, he's definitely not a.
No.
I hope that's his name and not even get it wrong.
I think you got it right.
Edmonton responded with a fantastic drive as Cody Fajardo connected with Keon Julian Grant for a 19-yard touchdown strike, capped by a successful convert.
Beautiful. And the one that Keon Julian Grant dropped 2 home games ago, he got it on this one.
Yeah.
Right? That exact same. It was almost the exact same play.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't. That was a little PTSD thing.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
We don't talk about sound on me. There you go. Stop touching things. Anyways, touchdown. Calgary tried to answer back, but a missed 49-yard field goal swung momentum back to Edmonton,
Beautiful.
Who immediately capitalized with a long return for Javon Leake and a steady offensive drive, capped by another 32-yard field goal from Vincent Blanchard.
Beautiful.
To build on their lead.
They shut them down and they scored all at the same time. I think that's once again, we pushed them into garbage time.
Yeah.
After that, it was garbage time.
Oh, of course. And in the final minutes, Calgary's offense, they definitely faltered under pressure. They gave up back-to-back sacks from Jonathan Kongbo and Noah Taylor. And ultimately turning to backup quarter Philip Walker Jr. His late drive ended in an interception by Edmonton's Shellen Garnes? Is that Shalen Garnes? And that definitely sealed the outcome. The Elks defense held firm despite Calgary's attempts to claw back. The offense closed the game with a series of kneel downs to run the clock with a final score of 31-19.
That's what we're talking about.
Massive.
Beautiful win. And it's against Calgary.
Yeah.
ABC. The Edmonton Elks defeat Calgary, split the series, Labor Day series is split, and it's nice to get the one back at home.
Yeah, it was great. It's great. And I mean, we've talked about Justin Rankin, but holy moly, what a game he had. His 90-yard scored is the longest touchdown run by a double E back since the Wall of Honor member Jim Germany accomplished the feat in 1977.
Crazy.
He also had a season high 16 carries for a career best 204 yards rushing and 2 scores.
Crazy.
I mean, he's just on fire. Secondary, they produced 5 knockdowns and a pick as well. We were worried about the defense without Ceresna and Alice Morgan, but
Nick Anderson,
they showed up,
and Robbie Smith, and
everybody in the defense being injured. But hey, they held. They showed up.
Crazy.
Great.
The defensive line, and I mean, it's interesting to see. You love to see it. Guys stepped up. Stepped up for the job. Guys are playing for each other. This team looks completely different than that game in BC to start the season.
Yeah, it was
wild.
3-phase football. Everybody put in their their effort. It was great.
Three-phase win.
It was a 3-phase win.
Three-phase win. Vincent Blanchard, shout out him. Jake Julian, shout out him. Noah Taylor still doing good. Congo was in there. Brandon Barlow. Like, you can name so many players that had an impact on the game. Cody Fajardo, obviously. Keon Julian Grant getting his catch. It's crazy.
It was a good game.
Do
you think anything could have gone better?
Do I think anything could have gone better? I don't know, a couple more touchdowns and you let in less points. But I mean, as far as for this organization, just losing against Calgary, you have a terrible loss in Calgary.
Yeah, that was a bad loss too. So they were hungry.
Doom and gloom as well. There is doom and gloom among some people, I will say. When you lose like that to your rival, that's expected. You're going to have some pretty doom and gloom thoughts there.
Yep.
And especially too with the offensive line still struggling. What do you do with that? You lose Jake Serezna. What do you do with that, right? So you're stacking up injuries, but the next man up mentality has held this team together.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Well, and hopefully they can bring that fire to the next one and the next one
and the next one and the next one. No, seriously. And I mean, they are actively looking at other players. They're actively looking at, any sort of improvements that they can make, but they have made enough improvements that they can dominate in a football game or push teams into garbage time, which I don't remember the last time I saw garbage time at Commonwealth Stadium, not for the Elks.
Yeah. Very, very true.
We've seen E garbage time a lot in our time.
We're familiar.
Very familiar, right? So it's so nice. You send everybody home happy. It's one of the biggest crowds. Upper Bowl was open for CDMFA kids.
Yeah.
So that was nice. It looked bigger. It sounded louder.
Yeah.
That was the other thing, is everybody was saying that it was the loudest game they had been to since, pre-Elks.
Charlie over here. Hi, Charlie. He was glad to see the fans show up at a game. Very important to please the fans.
And we talk
especially for this game.
We talk about this so often, right? You get the people in the stadium. You got to keep winning. And last year the Elks were trending that way after Labor Day, but then they lost a couple, and they lost to Winnipeg, and of course I believe there was quarterback issues as well. So the organization as a whole was just in a different spot. The team on the turf was in a different spot. This is something that has continuity. This is a proper foundation. This is what Mark Killam and Ed Hervey said they were going to do.
Yeah.
So I'll say right now, hey, I'm happy to finally see the results we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Is it a little too late? Too little too late, as we say?
Maybe. I think, for me, it's always important to be realistic. So it's not like I'm expecting that the Elks are going to win every single game from now on, right? Definitely not going to expect that. But what I also expect is not to see a loss like the one that we saw in Calgary.
Yeah.
Because if you still have good games, if you have entertaining games, if you have, competitive games, then you're still going to have a good time.
Yeah.
But if you have a blowout like the one that we saw, just horrible games, then people will stop coming to the games again.
Pretty
Simple
much.
as that.
No, pretty much. And I mean, it's that loss in Calgary. I mean, I think that was a bit of a wake-up call because they were on a 3-game winning streak going into that one, I believe.
Yeah.
So 3-game win streak. Calgary brings you back down to earth. But have a place to improve on now.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They came back stronger, I would say.
Yep. Very strong comparably for sure. But there have been some transactions last week. I'm not sure if you talked about transactions in the show, but we did have on September 4th, American defensive lineman Jordan Williams was signed.
Yep.
And on September 9th, we have American quarterback Zach Zabrowski sign. American defensive lineman Eli Mostert sign. American wide receiver J.J. Jones sign. And of course, national offensive lineman Philip Grovac was released. So unfortunate, but
what can you do? That is the business. American quarterback Zach Zabrowski. This is an interesting one. This is one I'd like to talk about for just a minute. Apparently, his stats are crazy. I have not looked up the stats. I'll take full responsibility for not doing my job on this one.
Aren't we talking about this in the fan forum?
Yeah, we are. So let's talk about it later.
Let's talk
yeah,
about
we are.
it
Let's
later.
talk about it later.
Now that we know that there's another quarterback that has been signed, stick around because we will talk about it in the fan forum.
Buckle up.
Injuries. We do still have a few. Once again, I don't have the 6-game injury list. I'm not. We do know of Jake Stresna and Niles Morgan are still in there. Nick
Robbie Smith as well. Yeah.
Robbie Smith. Yes. Nick Anderson. He was out today with limited. He wasn't out. He had limited participation.
Yeah.
Jared Brinkman with a shoulder and a foot injury did not participate today. Greg Aland had full participation, so he will be back most likely.
Yeah.
Tanner Green did not participate. Javon Leake did not practice. Josiah Shackle had limited participation, and Jalen Williams had full practice. So we do have a few did not practice. So we'll see how that looks tomorrow, between tomorrow and Friday.
Load management. We haven't talked about load management much. Only since like this year. I don't remember seeing load management on the transactions last year.
Oh, what does that mean?
Load management. It just they get a rest day, right? Like to prevent overworking.
Yes,
right?
yes. No, I completely went past that, but yes. So they just had a little rest day.
Just a little bit.
Just a little rest day. But what's next?
Edmonton at Toronto, BMO Field, Saturday, September 13th at 1 p.m. Mountain. It's going to be a great game. Despite what Clay says, the Edmonton Elks are going to win this one. And the Edmonton Elks are actually going to win by a touchdown.
Oh,
not 3, not 10, 7. I think the Edmonton Elks can defeat the Argonauts. Now, they are at BMO. It's John Candy night. They're going to have a pretty nifty little promotion there, celebrating a John Candy, which means they're trying to pack the house.
Right.
So it's going to be a raucous crowd. I think it'll be a pretty good game.
Loud. It gets loud there.
1 p.m. Mountain matinee, 3 p.m. there. So I don't like that. I think that's a little bit of a pain, but I don't think the Edmonton Elks. We'll see how they adjust. I did hear that they may be traveling out early to get that adjustment in. Mm-hmm. So shake off the jet lag.
Yeah.
And hey, if the owner's paying for that, you might as well.
Yeah.
Get yourself as prepared as possible. I'm sure they're going to have a media day tomorrow as well. Mm-hmm. Player to watch. We can't pick Justin Rankin.
I want to, because I want to see, now that he's like at the top of his game, I want to see, is that the top of his game or can he do better?
Well, and he always says, you ain't seen nothing yet. So Justin Rankin, sure, okay, fine.
I want to see the thunder and lightning.
The thunder and the lightning. So Javon Leake and Justin Rankin.
Yes.
Love it.
I want to see. Like, I really want to gauge whether that was, him really taking opportunities and just holding on to them and really playing with everything, or was it a little bit of luck? I want to see, is that the top? Is that the best he can do, or have we not seen nothing yet?
Could be a thing, right? Now, I will admit I screwed up last week. I went ahead and decided to pick Nick Anderson before he was actually officially cleared. That was a
mistake.
That was a mistake. We admit our faults around here over at
that was a green.
The Elks Call. That was a green. Yeah, I see what you did. Unfortunately, I screwed up on that one. So let's do some redemption with potentially 2 picks here. Potentially. Because if Carter O'Donnell, I will be watching Carter O'Donnell. He will be playing. Is he going to be starting? Probably not. But he may be. I can't even say probably not, because he might be. So just a flat might be on that.
Right.
He was brought in to start. So he's going to be taking somebody's job at some point here. Now, I feel like JJ Ross. Let's go JJ Ross.
Haven't seen much.
Well, he has flashes, and I want to see an interception. right?
Right.
I want to see an interception. I want to see more intercepts. Fumbles are great, but let's be real. If you really want to shake a team, sacks and interceptions, that will destroy that opposition quarterback.
Yes.
Now it will be Nick Arbuckle most likely. Chad Kelly is in the backup role. We'll see if that changes with the depth chart tomorrow.
Right.
So right now, as per Toronto media,
see.
Arbuckle is indeed the starter. So he is practicing with the ones. I didn't see the most recent as of today. I saw yesterday's, but there is a very good chance, maybe let's say if anything happens with Arbuckle, or if Arbuckle's play isn't quite adequate, they may inject Chad Kelly. But I do think
you did hear Clay. He did say that he wasn't ready.
He's not ready. He's just out there. He is out there on the turf though, and he is backing up. So we'll see. We'll see if we even see Chad Kelly on the depth chart.
Yeah, we'll see.
We may not.
But talking about Clay, he did update his prediction. His prediction is now up to an 11-point win on the Argos.
You are really, this
horrible.
Guy. Oh God.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Alrighty, and then prediction. I think.
Yeah, you already said your prediction.
Yeah, but I didn't say an exact score.
Oh.
Let's do.
Instead of 7 points, do it 11 points.
No. I'm gonna take the high road on this one, Clay. I will go with a. I think both defenses are going to struggle. I'd like to see a 40-33. 40-33 would be great.
You're writing it down.
Well, yeah, because we have predicted the right score on the show before. So
yeah. All right.
Alrighty. Do you have a prediction, Catherine?
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
All right, fine. All right, let's move right along to the Edmonton Sports Update. Your 5-7 Edmonton Elks defeated the Calgary Stampeders last Monday by a score of 28-31 to how did I say
31 to 19.
31 to 19, thank you. Wow.
That was way off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Well, anyways, they are heading to Toronto to face the Argonauts at Bevo Field on Saturday. Kickoff will be 1 p.m. Mountain. It's the first time. That's a first. Wow. Yeah, I saw the 28 and I'm like, no, it should be a 31. All right. The Edmonton Oil Kings swept their Hinton preseason series against the PG Cougars last weekend. They'll travel to Carstairs to face the Hitmen on Friday. The Hitmen from Calgary, that is. And then they're going to host the Red Deer Rebels in Westlock on Sunday. That's a little bit of a tour there for the Oil Kings.
No kidding.
The Game Changers is a women's-only event with proceeds going towards ovarian cancer research happening on September 25th. It is an all-day training camp that aims to empower women. Find out more at goelks.com. Don't forget that Love Pro Wrestling has events every month, with their next event featuring the Clandestine Wrestling Society on October 2nd, and then the main event on October 3rd. With tickets as low as $10, you don't want to miss out. And be sure to check out our new Oil Kings fan hub, The Royal Line, as they bring you their fan-sided coverage from outside of the rink. You can find them at The Royal Line on most social media platforms. We're the Elks Herd. You're up to date. Shout out you. If you are tuning in or listening in today, tomorrow, whenever, we salute you. You're rocking with the Elks Herd. This is the Elks Call, a 2025 SD-nominated show. This is the SD tag gets added now for the rest of the season.
I'm pretty sure it was never taken out from the YouTube description, by the way. We just got to update the 2024 to 2020.
We already knew. SD's here we come. We know that this SD nominated, which you don't have to take it out. I mean, it's SD nominated once, you're SD nominated always, as in you get that title for life. And now we are the two-time SD nominated.
No, there you go. You're going to have to update that.
There we go. Thank you, Catherine. I'm just waiting to see if maybe we get the SD
the win.
The award-winning show.
I don't know. We're just there to have fun.
We're just honored to be nominated.
You're just honored.
Once again, everybody, shout out EST as well. Might as well just give him a shout out now. All right, let's get on to our next segment, which is Green or Gold, our take on Hot or Not. Green or Gold is brought to you by the Stampeders Roundup. If you're a Stamps fan and you're listening to our show, we hope you enjoyed that win. Go check out the Stamps Roundup, Stampeders Roundup, right here on Shotgun Sports Network. Jason Basic does great stuff, and he's probably salty, and we like that. 1 week only, 2 weeks only. Oh, and we got a third week this year, so we got one more. Hey, we were salty 1 week.
Yeah,
salty the next.
There you go.
It's salty all around. But not this week for the Elks. All right, Green or Gold. We are going to bring up a topic or item, and if you like it, you're going to vote Gold. If you don't like it, you're going to vote Green. Throw your vote into the herd chat to have your voice heard. All right, new EE lunchboxes. I was supposed to get you the picture for that.
Right, but you didn't.
But I didn't.
If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure they have it up in the shop website, shop.elks.go.elks. Shop.goelks.com.
There you go.
I think that's a gold. It's cute.
You're saying what?
Yeah, gold.
Nice.
It's cute. I like it. It's nice. I'm not gonna buy any because the boys already have their lunch boxes, but I did say that you should buy it so that you can take your own little lunch to work.
My employer yeah. There's a thing there. What I would say is I'm actually going to say green. A, it's not compatible with my workplace. B, yeah, I mean it's cool. I like the Always Edmonton, right? Because it says Always Edmonton
and Always Edmonton in the back.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So double-sided lunchbox. Edmonton Elks have come out with a new product. I believe, was this $22?
I believe so. I'm not too sure on the price, but yes, that sounds about right.
Yes, John Kirby did indeed tag us on the socials. Go check it out at the Elks Herd. You can also check it out, shop.goelks.com. Might as well make a purchase while you're there. But yeah, it's John Kirby saying green. John Kirby saying green. I'm saying green. It could be a lot better. I think that if it was a hard, rigid lunchbox.
That's fair.
Right?
You know what? That's fair.
I have a hard, rigid lunchbox, an Oil Kings one. You know, it's very nice little commemorative, but I would be more inclined to use something like that as opposed to the soft bag.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's more of a novelty thing. I mean, it'd be cool for some of the kids. I think for kids, it's really cool. Like if you have kids that are really hardcore about the team, they're just absolutely gonna love it.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Yeah, for kids,
we're thinking about this. Like we're gonna go take our lunches in our lunchbox to work.
You did suggest it.
I know because it was funny, but the reality is that for kids, if you have kids that love the Double E, if you have kids that love the team and they just love going to games, I think it'd be a really cool thing to get for them. Totally.
I like that. That. John is saying it's not on the shop website, so that will be at the Elks Herd. Go check it out. We retweet a lot of stuff. That's the problem.
Yeah. I've done that mistake of trying to find something on the Twitter.
I'll after the show I will repost this and get it right back up to the top. So check it out after the show so you can see what we're talking about and potentially buy one at the next game. Okay, next one, green or gold, everybody. Upper Bowl opening for certain occasions.
I'm not sure.
Is it a tease?
I like that it was open.
Right.
I did. But when I got there and I saw that it was open, I thought that it was because we had sold out the bottom bowl, the lower bowl.
So it was like a false.
So I was like, oh, did we really get that many people? And then I was like, oh crap, no, we didn't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. What do you think?
Oh, I'm gonna say it's a gold. And the reason for the gold is that I don't think that they should be opening it up prematurely. I don't think that they should be opening up the upper bowl without the lower bowl being sold out. Sell out the lower bowl, get it done, and like you said, there's that false hope, right?
That was the whole point, that they were not going to open the upper bowl unless.
But CDMFA got to go up there and enjoy it. I saw that fans just started going up.
Yeah.
And that was like, it was like a playground moment for certain fans. They were like, oh my God, the upper bowl, I can go up there. And technically speaking, you weren't allowed to go up.
No.
But Eddie Steele went up with his kid from 1440 and elksnation.ca. He went up there with his kid and loved it. And he's like, hey, I've never actually gotten a chance to sit up in the upper bowl. I've never gotten to actually sit up here and watch a game.
Right.
So because he's either down in the turf or, you know, maybe the alumni room, doing media, whatever, right? Yeah, it's very interesting. So I think that it's good that they do it for certain occasions, but I don't think that this should be a weekly occurrence.
No.
Right?
No. I mean, there's a reason why you did that, right? Stick to it.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to make sure that everything sells out in the lower bowl before you open that up, then well, that should happen. Yeah, I guess if it's that's why I'm not sure. I mean, it was cool seeing it open, and it's cool for the people that got to experience that, the fans that got to experience that as a special occasion specifically for those teams. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I don't know if it's a green or a gold. It's in between.
In between, I like it. It's a rolled.
Grold.
Is that even a thing? Is that a color? It's like ugly brown. Yeah. I mean, and I think that for now, like as long as the games are like, let's say with a Labor Day rematch, it's a lot more memorable. It's a lot more special. It is nice that they let the kids go up there and they did have a purpose on it. But like, let's say with the Saskatchewan game, if they're close to selling out and then they're like, oh yeah, we're going to open up the upper bowl. I don't know. It doesn't kind of defeats the purpose and everything that they've been fighting for, even under the Larry Thompson regime. Because I know that he wants it open, but the thing is that he also wants fans in the seats. So are you going to reward everybody early? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Matt over here in the chat, he
Matt
does
Sons,
say it's a tough call because you have to staff it.
Yes.
So waiting to the last minute to sell out and then open it is a really tough call. 100%. That's it. It's how you approach it, right? So maybe the upper bowl gets open for special groups.
Yeah.
And that's something nice for the special groups that get to visit Commonwealth and get to experience that. Like I'm never gonna say no to that. I mean, give them. Well, you have a whole bunch of kids that are gonna be playing. Give them the opportunity to experience that 100%. But maybe just leave it at that for now until we get to the point that we're absolutely selling out. Exactly. And we need to.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Now, yeah, back to the green or gold on it. It's definitely a hard gold over here.
Hard gold.
Hard gold. It's terrible. Lots of former solid gold. There we go. Lots of former upper bowl season seed holders will buy upper bowl seats just to sit there. Hey, that might be a thing, right? But they still have to sell out the bottom bowl first.
Well, yeah. At that point, it's like you don't have to, and you just made a big deal out of it for nothing. So. And
the upper bowl is open on Friday and Saturday for Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's a comment from John.
I love it. Alrighty. Thanks everybody for participating in one of our new favorite segments, Green or Gold. And like that, we are on to our final one, our final segment. All right, everybody. This is the fan favorite. This is the fan forum. You're rocking with the Elks herd on the Elks Call. This fan forum is brought to you, though, by the Argos Fancast.
Who just coincidentally,
he keeps raising his prediction.
Also, Argos by 13. Let's not give them a shout out.
Are we going to get to 100?
It is not sponsored. This segment is not sponsored by Argos.
Screw it. Join Clay, Wills, and Sir Doug as they give you the latest from Argos land right here on Shotgun Sports Network. Like we said, once you're done checking out our show, go check out Argos Fancast, the ultimate sit around the bar podcast for Argos fans in particular. Yeah. In this segment, we're going to talk about the hottest topics surrounding the Edmonton Elks and the CFL world as a whole. Herd chat for the last time tonight. You know what to do. Let's blow it up. Get your comments and questions on into the herd chat and onto the show. And we will be taking some fan questions, maybe one or two here as well. So if you do have a question that you want to throw on the show, get it in the herd chat. Let's open it up.
Mm-hmm.
The fan forum is officially open.
Okay.
All right. Question number one, everybody. The Edmonton Elks have a bona fide starting quarterback in Cody Fajardo. With Trey Ford sitting idle with a hefty contract and with the recent quarterback signing by the Elks, one has to wonder, what do you do to Trey Ford?
Good question. That was a weird signing. I have to admit that I wasn't expecting them to sign a quarterback.
Right.
Especially somebody that is supposedly as good as, I forget his name.
Sabrowski.
Thank you. So that definitely makes you wonder if that is just in preparation of Trey Ford leaving.
Yeah, and I mean, why do you fill out a roster spot this early?
Yeah.
You know, I think because the trade deadline is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So the trade deadline is indeed coming up. The Edmonton Elks are up against it, right? If you think that you can make an instant impact, a worthy instant impact on your team now, then, you know, you would go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, picking up a quarterback, it is a little bit suspect. It does make you wonder. Things that make you go,
And what's the purpose?
Well, it could also be just to push your quarterback room too, but when you see 4 quarterbacks out on the field,
we have seen that before.
Yeah, no, but training camp usually.
Yes.
You see that kind of stuff in training camp, right? Yeah. You don't usually see this in the middle of the season past Labor Day. I mean, unless, like, let's say with Nathan Rourke coming in from the NFL, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird one. I really don't know. The only thing that it makes me think is that they're just preparing for Trey Ford to leave. And to be honest, if I'm Trey Ford's agent, I wouldn't. Well, but he's also signed to a 2-year, right?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at that point, what do you do?
Yeah.
Just buy him out if that's the case?
Well, no, you can't. You can't do
that
that in the CFL, right? You would have to wait until next year rolls around in a release.
So then why are we bringing this guy that is supposedly really good?
Well, I mean, it's questionable, right? Could it be somebody that helps push your quarterback room? Matt Soms, we need a short yardage quarterback here in the herd chat. Ken Chapka, I think Trey is still the future with the proper play caller. All teams need 4 quarterbacks. Now, there are, I want to say we have 1 or 2 in the practice roster. McIlvain is on the suspended list. Last time I checked, he could have been released from that, but I don't recall seeing that in the transactions. Well, McIlvain, nothing about him being off the suspended list, right?
No, I don't think so. No, I haven't seen it.
So that is interesting. Like the Edmonton Elks technically have 5 quarterbacks at least in the system.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, right? How many quarterback jobs are open? None. I like that, Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, now league-wide, who knows?
Yeah.
League-wide, I don't know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was a weird one. I wasn't expecting that one.
No.
I wasn't expecting to see that for sure.
It raises an eyebrow, right? And I mean, I think Trey Ford should be the future of this team. If you give him the proper development, you know, he could be where Vernon Adams Jr. is right now.
Unless he absolutely hates it here and he doesn't want to be here.
He's getting paid though.
Well, sure. I mean, if he's got a contract, he's got a contract.
Yeah.
But maybe, I mean, if he was signed for a 2 to 3 year, it just feels a little premature.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it's just the caliber of the quarterback, right? Just based on the comments that people have said and how everybody's referring to this guy as is the caliber of the quarterback. Why bring in a stud quarterback like you called him?
Yeah.
If we have a solid quarterback in Cody Fajardo and a solid backup in Trey Ford, right? So that's my question. At that point, if you're just trying to fill in quarterback spots, like why go to that extent or why bring somebody of that caliber?
But then the next question here is what happens with these salaries next year?
Yeah.
Because what happens when, you're going to go to negotiations with Cody Fajardo? I think at this point he has earned at least $300,000 a year. Probably going to get between 4 and 5.
Unless Cody Fajardo doesn't want to stay here. Is he
Maybe
only
he doesn't
here for a 1 year?
I think it's only a 1 year.
Yeah.
I got corrected. I thought it was a 2.
Mhm.
I believe it's only a 1. But, he would resign. It's what's the best situation for you in order to A, make money,
Right.
and B, compete for a cup.
Mhm.
And right now, like, the Edmonton Elks are in that conversation.
Right now, as it is, yes.
As it is, right?
Yeah.
They may not be a pure contender, but I mean, they may shape into that if they go on a crazy streak into the playoffs, right? Yeah, anything can happen any given Sunday, or Saturday, or Friday, or even Thursday. But I mean, there is, an impending for next year. There is that salary conversation. Is Trey Ford willing to negotiate his contract or renegotiate in order to give Cody Fajardo more money? It just there's some pretty weird dynamics here. So we're gonna have to play out the rest of the season and see how it works. I do think that you need 2 really good quarterbacks to win a cup. You take a look at the Toronto Argonauts, Chad Kelly and MBT.
Yeah,
Chad Kelly takes over for MBT and wins it.
But with this point of people saying that they do believe that Trey Ford is the future.
Yeah.
Like, where does it leave this guy? Right?
Well,
so, we'll see. I think my opinion is that it's weird. My opinion is that I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And my opinion is we'll see what happens, because I have zero clue what the goal of this is.
Well, guys also get signed too and get released the next day or whatever as well, right? So we really don't know what will happen here. Could it spell something for Trey Ford? Maybe. I think on this season, yes, it's a little bit weird of a signing, but we'll keep our eye out on it. What do you do with Trey Ford? Well, you keep him at backup quarterback for now, and either if you're a fan, maybe you do hope that he gets in there for a game. He already stated he's not going to do gadget style plays and whatnot. He already told the media that or Chris Jones, I guess, outed him on that one back in the day. But I don't know if his mentality's changed, but I also don't know what's in his contract either.
Yeah.
So not his agent, don't know any of that. That's for people that make the money in the football industry.
Yeah, weird.
Let's see. Ken Chapka here says the E has always been a quarterback maker team in the past. Look at all the great quarterbacks we have gone through in Edmonton. And you're right. It is. Right, traditionally, and especially now because the team is back to its traditional ways. Yes, I mean we can easily be a quarterback making team here. Trey Ford would only benefit, right, from learning off of Cody Fajardo. The thing is that at some point Trey Ford's going to want his shot again, right?
Yeah.
Just hope it's with the double E. All right. Are any of the double E quarterbacks have value to any other team? Maybe Ottawa. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a thing, right? Ottawa, they're kind of up and down. Drew Brown to the Crumback, Dustin Crum, right? They're going back and forth with their quarterback scenario. Seems like Drew Brown is having a hard time staying healthy, and then they go further down the depth chart.
Maybe they're just getting this guy for trading powers.
And that's kind of what I was thinking, to make ensure nobody else gets him.
Yeah, and then trade him for somebody else.
Could be asset,
right?
Yeah,
yeah.
That very good thinking. See, I was indeed thinking about that. That was you nailed it. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Sabrowski. Question number 2, though, and we talked a little bit about this earlier. And Clay gave us his opinion, which very valued there. Question number 2 on the fan forum. The recent Bills and Argonauts partnership has caused a stir in the CFL community. Due to the optics, this can seem like the NFL is trying to get more exposure with their product, in Canada with CFL fans. So we got to ask, is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? Herd chat, let us know what you think of this partnership between the NFL Buffalo Bills and the Toronto Argonauts. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it the impending doom that certain people online have spelled it to be?
I don't think it's necessarily bad.
Yeah.
because people that already don't care about CFL it's not like it's going to get worse.
Right.
Right. That's my point. So just because you're introducing more NFL content in Toronto doesn't mean that the people that are watching CFL right now are going to stop watching CFL.
No.
Right. So I don't think it's necessarily going to take away, but I don't really think it's going to be doing anything. It's going to be adding anything. So while I don't necessarily think that it's bad,
Right.
I also don't necessarily think that it's good in the sense that it's going to do anything for the league. Because right now it's the NFL making money, it's NFL for NFL, and that's all they want. They just want more exposure. They just want them. When you told me about this, my first question was, what does the CFL get out of it?
Honest.
What does the Toronto Argonauts get out of it?
Yeah.
It's a partnership. It's supposed to go both ways.
Mhm.
What are they going to get out of this? That's my question.
Matt Som says gold. I love it. That was fun. That was good, Matt. That was good. I see what you did there. I know. I was thinking about it as I wrote it. I'm like, this should have been a green or gold question. Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting, right? Because maybe the people that are not going to the CFL game, they are Bills fans. Hey, maybe they want some of this exclusive merch. So maybe they're going to go to the Argonauts game to get some of this merch. Maybe you could draw some NFL fans to BMO Field. It's just that, I think it's, what happens the other way? Well, how are the Argonauts in true partnership with the Bills?
Yeah.
Down at Highmark, was it Highmark Field? Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know.
Highmark Stadium, something like that.
I have no idea. Well, that's the thing. I mean, the NFL is definitely going to benefit from this, for sure. The CFL could, by bringing more awareness to the groups that watch NFL only. Right. But only if the NFL does something to bring more awareness to the CFL.
Well, and that's what you're hoping for in this. And whereas like they're going to do like NFL, they're going to do flag football camps and all of this other stuff, right? But it's all going to be Bills branded. And I think that's my problem. I can understand where people do have a problem with this. You're taking away part of the grassroots movement that the CFL should be strangling. Like, I mean, like the CFL should have the biggest hold. You take a look at what the Double E is doing right now, reconnecting with the community, doing flag football leagues, doing those little community pieces. Are the Toronto Argonauts that hard up that they can't do the community pieces?
And you know what? Thank you for reminding me, because that is one of the things that I was thinking while Clay was talking about this, is that, I mean, obviously this being a partnership, meaning that the CFL is putting some money into this as well.
Right.
Why couldn't they have done something without the NFL?
Right.
Right? I mean, the CFL obviously needs to do more. They need more engagement. They need more awareness. They need to create more things. They could be doing what the NFL is putting their money and effort into doing in Toronto themselves. And why didn't they?
Yeah.
Is it just because of the brand? Is it a branding deal? Just because they're going to get more awareness because it's NFL versus CFL?
That's kind of what it is.
But at the same time, you're trying to grow your league.
Yeah, and like,
right?
I kind of see this as more of like a Buffalo Bills sponsorship to the Toronto Argonauts, right? Here, we're going to give you all these pieces, we're going to give you all this stuff, but you guys have to advertise us. So I don't know. That's kind of the way that it's coming across to me, and I could be wrong. I did indeed read through the briefing on it. I've seen all the news on it. I'm well versed in it. Yeah. We did the research on it today to ensure we knew exactly what we were talking about here. And yeah, I mean, it's tough to really see it in any other light. One of the big benefits for the Argonauts is, well, you're going to see Bills fans in your stadium.
Maybe though.
But Bills are also potentially going to play a game, maybe at BMO in the next couple of years as well, right?
Maybe.
And then what does that do for a team that's already losing 3 games next year?
Yeah.
There's a couple of arguments on this.
Maybe they should move those games to Buffalo.
You thought an Argonauts attendance was bad already. I mean, and I hate to use the word attendance and Argonauts in the same because they don't deserve it and they don't need it. But yeah, we had to go there. We had to go there. John Kirby says green, doesn't like it. No. Mad Psalms, more youth football, more football fans. You know, that's fair. John also does say up here, the young generation will love it because of the Buffalo Bills in the NFL, but not so much for the CFL part. Well, yes, but that's where the CFL should also be harnessing that as well.
Yeah, of course. And that's what I mean. I mean, it's kind of, I feel like they're trying to take an opportunity, but at the same time, that's just going to kind of snuff their flame a little bit.
Yeah.
And, it's not, I feel like they could have been doing what they're currently doing with the NFL just themselves.
Yeah, I agree with that, right? Market your stars.
Yeah.
Market your stars. Matt Soms, but Dad is going to bring little Johnny because Josh Allen is here. Johnny is now a football fan going to an Argonauts game, which is a lot more affordable than taking Johnny to Buffalo. And
I mean, and I hope that that's the case. I really do.
Yeah.
I really hope that that's the case.
No, I do agree. I do think that it may get more kids in. I think in this case, like, I don't know about the flag football part. Maybe that does get more kids in. I think marginally less than, let's say, casual Bills fan dad or mom or whoever bringing their children. Oh, it's Bills night. Oh, I love the Bills. Oh, well, we go to Bills games. You've been to a Bills game. Oh, well, let's go to an Argonauts game. I think that's where the benefit's going to be.
Yeah.
I truly think that that's going to be their strongest point.
I think that during, when it's off season for both teams, they should have a friendly Buffalo Bills versus Toronto Argonauts game.
That's the
just a friendly.
Give me that Argonauts versus Bills game. That's the only thing I care about, because I might even travel for that.
Yeah,
people would watch. Cool. People want to see that, right? That would be crazy.
Yeah.
And then Clay also does say here the Argos do have a flag youth league and have had it for a few years. This is additional. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. So the Argonauts are doing some of those things. Right?
And the unfortunate part is that it's probably not, something that people know about, that people are not aware about, but now they will because of the NFL involvement.
Well, and this is like we said, right? The Bills thing is additional.
Yeah.
So that's on top of what the Argonauts are already doing. And you'd like to see that. You really do. Cody Defoe here. Oh, what up, Cody from the Royal Line? Once again, everybody go check out the Royal Line for some awesome Oil Kings coverage. The CFL needs to stop trying to be the NFL light and own that they are their own league with a unique identity and make it truly Canadian. Now, the thing on this is that this is MLSE. So one of the teams decided to do this thing with the NFL.
Right.
But there are also, like, right in the middle of a CFL game, you'll see the ads for NFL flag. Or, NFL flag does indeed have that relationship with the CFL. They have their flag leagues here. Even when we went to the Edmonton Elks Fan Day, NFL flag was going on. So NFL flag has gotten a really big foothold here. I wish that there was CFL flag. You get to represent the Edmonton Elks playing flag football, right? That's how memories are made. That's how kids really connect with the brand. And to the point, maybe this whole Bills thing, all of a sudden, kid will be wearing Bills gear and connected with the Bills. So, showing all the love and getting real connected.
Yeah, and that's what I said. And I feel like the CFL should have just done all of that for themselves. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Argos versus Bills. I like this one. Argos versus Bills would have to be a home and home series. CFL rules in Toronto, NFL rules in Buffalo. I like it.
Yeah, we were talking about that. It's like, of course, probably it's going to be 4-down football because that's usually the default. But I like that you have to make the American team suddenly go up north and then play 3-down football.
Yeah. No, totally. And then let's see. Yeah, maybe in the 80s now would be watching a train wreck.
Probably. It probably would be a train wreck. I think it would be entertaining as hell, and that's why I said it was a friendly match, because there's just no way that would go well.
And then I did also see earlier that John Kirby was asking if we saw the guy with the Stampeders mascot hat. You did?
The guy with the horse mask.
Oh, the horse, but it wasn't. Was it Stampeders?
No, it was just a horse.
Just a horse mask. I love horse masks. They're so funny.
Yeah.
So good.
All right.
Alrighty, I think this is where we officially close the fan forum, and like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the end of the episode. Got a couple shout outs today. Shout out to Clay from Argos Fancast. Man, shout out you. Thanks again for joining our show. That was fantastic. Shout out you, the listener, the viewer. Can't thank you guys enough for joining us to celebrate that amazing Labor Day rematch win. Still thinking about it. Looking onward to this Toronto Argonauts game. If you are watching on Shotgun Sports Network. Give us a like, subscribe, favorite, follow, all of that good stuff. If you're watching on Facebook, that's going to be at the Elks Herd. And then, of course, if you're listening, that could be Apple. No, Apple Podcast isn't even a thing anymore, is it?
No, it is. It's Google Podcasts. It's not a thing anymore.
Okay, thank you. So Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, we salute you. Thank you for listening. Yeah. That's it. From the Elks Herd, my name is Scout, aka the reps from Section X.
You need to go to bed. And I'm Catherine, aka To Even Elks.
We are the Elks Herd. This was the Elks Call, and we will catch everybody on the next episode, hopefully with another win in the column. Cheers, everybody.
Have a good night.